Hey everyone, Teddy, aka JamesKisau here, coming back to play some Grixis Control. And today is a video I'm very excited to do, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Most people in the Legacy community are aware of POKEMOKI, very talented pilot of blue decks, well, generally any deck actually. The last time I faced POKEMOKI, they were playing Riskaminator and doing a great job at that. But I feel like the name is mostly associated with Bug Beanstalk, generally blue decks that are able to straddle the amazing middle ground between mid range and control and even aggro sometimes. And to that end, I'm going to just call this video the POKEMOKI Plug because I'm trying something that Brian Koval, aka Bosch and Roll, has also brought up in the past, how you want to try and build your mid range and control piles so that the opponent never really knows exactly what to play around. So I'm going to play with one Daze. And this is something that POKEMOKI has employed in their decks as well, the singleton Daze. Once your opponent sees one Daze, they'll probably play around it for the rest of the match. And having an opponent play around Daze when you don't have one is kind of like virtual or imaginary card advantage because they're respecting a card that's not even in your hand. And Daze is either just a terrible card or entirely backbreaking. Like, some people cannot come back from a Daze. Daze has won so many games, even in my experience when I mess around and play Doomsday or Delver here and there. It's certainly one of the most powerful cards in Legacy in certain situations, and in others, it's like an overcost force spike. But it pitches to Force of Will, and like I said, the virtual card advantage of having your opponent just play around this card, because if it gets them, it gets them. I'm very interested in trying this out. Other than that, I think the list is pretty much the exact same. I trimmed the waterlogged teachings for this Daze, which is kind of antithetical because Daze might set me back on lands, so you might think we want more lands, but also teachings is not an island, so it does not synergize with Daze on that axis. In the sideboard, I just trimmed a meltdown for a spell pierce. I want to go in. I figured if I was going to do this league, I'd also want to go in a little bit harder and see what kind of take the temperature of what soft permission is like in the format right now. The bans are still, I think, the impact of these bans are still being felt, and Vexing Bauble certainly made Daze a little less appealing, but it's gone now. And Spell Pierce has always been a favorite card of mine. I run it here and there, but I haven't ran it in probably about a year. I feel like since Riskaminator really like solidified, I just kind of stopped playing Spell Pierce. It didn't seem as impactful, but I'm excited to bring it back. Hope I don't miss the second meltdown too much. That's about it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out Pokemoki's channel as well. I'll link it in the description. And yeah, check out the Patreon too. I upload an extra leave content there every week. The top tier, which is private coaching, is currently all full. I do 5 slots there, but if it's something that really interests you, just drop a line. I'm sure we can work something out. All right, well, let's get going. Okay, here we go. In the first round, we're up against Trophy Leader Delthar. There's Delthar. There's me, just 3 names below. But I mean, it'd take forever to get 6 trophies, so safe to say they're in the lead, but maybe I can take this one little match off them, and that would be fun. What are they playing? Renner's a Saga deck? A Mox Opal deck. Interesting. Well, I was hoping Bowmasters, if they went like Saga Soul Land, I could take like the first construct with a Bowmaster trigger, but that's not going to be the case. Luckily, Baragoyf can usually stand up to these because it looks like Black Saga Storm. I don't know if that deck runs Ancient Tomb. No, I think it does. Um, Man, none of these cards really matter. I guess I'll take Lion's Eye Diamond because it's an enabler for Echo of Aeons, even though I'm pretty encouraging of an Echo with Force of Will. Then again, that falls apart to Thoughtseize. And I do want to put an artifact in the graveyard. Petal is truly whatever. And yeah, Ensnaring Bridge is like is what makes me think this is not Black Saga Storm. But yeah, it's just so strange. Such a strange hand. It also might make it harder for them to get Metalcraft. And the more times they have to spend 2 life tapping Ancient Tomb, the better. They drew another Petal, so that gives them Metalcraft. But I don't think they're going to want to Another bolt. That's disappointing. I don't think they're going to want to use the Lotus Petal to make a construct just to save 2 life at this junction. And how badly do I need this force? Can I just bounce this construct, or do I need to chump with the army and then try and pull ahead with Baragoyf? Because I'm not even guaranteed to land at this point. Things are actually like pretty rough after those 2 top decks. Like I wouldn't have even really minded that much if they played out that LED. I don't know. Things are weird. Maybe they'll draw cards, I don't know. That part's fine. I can't afford a cheeky Pithing Needle though, so fetch that out. What's the get? Hopefully not Graveyard Hate. Lava Spur Boots, chilling. That's rough because now I can't save some life by just bouncing one of these. But yeah, I'm gonna put Force of Will on the back burner. I mean, it's so free for them to tap mana. It really does not matter, but yeah, we'll just do this do this anyways. Doesn't matter. They might throw it on the other one for a little extra damage. But yeah, they actively do not want to play that Ensnaring Bridge now, which is kind of nice. Some equity. Damn it. I mean, this will buy time, but like... we'll block. Another Saga. Oh, man. My draws have been frustrating. Is there any way I can bolt them out? Probably not. So I get 6/7 if I put Baragoy, or if I get a instant in the yard, but it still just doesn't really add up, you know? They make another one, they put Lava Spur Boots on that one too. I guess gaining the life with Baragoyf is marginally better. But yeah, none of this makes sense. Well, is it actually? Maybe not. Maybe not. Conserving that black mana is so strange. What is going on here? Shadow Spear. Oh my god, and Vault of Whispers. Ah, fuck. Pretty sure this is Black Saga Storm. Like, Ensnaring Bridge is so weird. It's so weird, but it just doesn't... like, Dark Ritual... I don't know, actually. I'm just gonna act like it's Black Urza Saga aggro, I guess. But the Lion's Eye Diamond is, like, so clearly something is going on. Won't need the basic mountain. It's important not to fall into results-oriented thinking, and just because, like, we stumbled on our land drop and lost because of it, it doesn't mean, like, that's gonna happen every match. Or game, I mean. Sometimes they'll pivot onto, like, Empty the Warrens, so... cut Kaito, and then... Bolt. 1 Ponder for competing with Consign. Take the play. Keep this hand of wonderful interaction. Hopefully get to play this time. That's all I want. Leyline of the Void, I don't care. Until I draw Snapcaster Mage. Or Cling to Dust. Actually, Cling to Dust is still fine. You can cycle it for black against Leyline of the Void. It just gets a little rough against, like, Rest in Peace, where it has literally no targets, and then life is hard. But maybe this is, like, a Leyline Helm deck. That would make more sense. Which also makes me think of Opposition Agent, so let's get ahead of that. Okay, I like Thoughtseize here. Grindstone. Okay, this is starting to make a lot more sense. I think they just had, like, an insane aggro draw. Take Shieldred. Maybe their One Ring will walk into my consigned memory. Yep. Seems like the best use for that, considering the ley line. We also might have Bowmasters, it wouldn't be insane, so go like that. I like Kolaghan's command quite a bit. That could probably supplant Lightning Bolt. And yeah, we'll just keep getting ahead of these theoretical opposition agents that probably don't exist, but you never know. Thought sees me. I mean, Narset will check the One Ring, at least. But they can still get a lot of value around it. I could also just blow up their Vault of Whispers, keep them off of it for a turn. Try and wear their hand down. Cycle that, hit a land. Yeah, let's play Narset. We're not going to stop them from having a ring. Cool. Some days it feels like nothing goes right. Oh, crap. Helm. Maybe I can ponder into a consign or a force, none of the above. So if I take Brainstorm, it's just mana off to spend it looking at one more card when I can just shuffle. Okay, thank you. Thank you, God. Probably take the Helm. Definitely take the Helm. And that was my last Narset activation. So they can animate Grindstone and take Narset out. That would be bad. So let's just answer the board. Gotta fight what's in front of you. Yep. From 18, they're gonna get tons of value around this Narset. Cast Brainstorm. Double Bowmasters, though, that's pretty sweet. Can't really argue with that. So, next turn would probably be Strix into K-Command. Unless something goes horribly wrong. And I can shuffle. Cast Bowmasters. Take out Karn. Play a Swamp. We know they have a lot of stuff. Just gonna hold these Bowmasters. Don't want them to know anything. And we'll just try and finish this game. Yeah, they don't feel like they can afford to tap the ring. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, we're gonna turn up the heat here a little bit. Yep. Looks good. No Bolt, but Nimble will do just fine. As it always does. Feels like a complete role reversal. Alright. Down to 5. If they top deck to Helm, have no fear. Okay. Shieldred really makes me want this Edict. Shieldred also makes me think that alongside Lion's Eye Diamond, they might have some kind of wheel thing going on. It's so hard to say, though. But I think we can probably forego the Surgical and then one, if not both, Clings. And then bring back Spell Pierce, or in Spell Pierce, rather. We gotta keep this. We have Thoughtseize Force. They're taking a mulligan. No Leyline. So this Cling might actually grind a little bit. No, nothing. Might be Dark Ritual. If it's Dark Ritual Opposition Agent, I will be forced to force. but it's not. They cannot be playing Wasteland. They simply cannot be. Yep. Okay. Well, these are both pretty bad, aren't they? Luckily, like, they'll have to pick one until they hit a third land, which probably won't be that long. But if for some reason they stop to think about stuff, I guess Shieldred is more beatable than the One Ring. Like, I'm not ready to accelerate the game that much. It's just a creature. I have the one Edict. They don't even need to attack with Shieldred to win with it, though, so Strix is not really a check. I might have a better chance of beating a One Ring than a Shieldred, to be entirely honest. Which is sad. It's a sad state of affairs. But that should tell them immediately that I have Force of Will. Because I didn't take Dark Ritual. Pitch Strix. Boots. Alright. See what we can do. Hey, not a bad draw. Playing pressure here is pretty paramount, so we'll plan on playing Bowmasters. If they have Opposition Agent, they don't. Probably would have just Island Cycled. Baragorf. Okay, well, the first thing I need is a Force of Will. No luck there, so guess I'll Ponder again. Still no luck. This Brainstorm is fine too. And this also gives me the option, if I really need a force, I can spin with Cling. Pedal. 4-drop. The One Ring? Shit. Is this worth giving up a Brainstorm? I think it has to be. I wish I had Consign to Memory. Actually, no, I don't, because I don't have a blue source, so that would have been bad. They have Karn, so I guess I'll just hit this Dark Ritual. It's a miss. Carry on. Yep. Shoot the army. Snapcaster Mage. That could come in handy. For now, just drop the Baragorf and hope for the best. Don't think they had a solution in hand, so they have to draw. And that's good enough for them. Well, that was terrifying. Welcome back for round number 2. Ooh, another nice proactive hand. Or wait, did we do that last round? It's kind of blurring together. I've been recording a lot these last couple days, trying to catch up, getting back from San Francisco. And there was a hand similar to this where we could curve Bowmasters into Kaito on the play, which is really nice. It's pretty much the most proactive thing this deck has ever been able to do. It's the closest thing we've ever had to like a plan. And Cling to Dust might be pretty relevant interaction against an opponent who took a mulligan. But let's sit back and see what happens here. It's hard to say exactly. Flooded Strand. Flooded Strand and a mulligan. This could be Cephalid Breakfast. But it also could be Riskaminator, so let's try and hold and play around Wasteland a little bit here. Land is not a good draw, but I'll stomach it. Boy, will I stomach it. Don't be fooled by Flooded Strand. Riskaminator plays all blue fetch lands. See? See? Could also be Doomsday, I suppose, but we don't really have relevant interaction for Doomsday. Bowmasters is kind of relevant, but usually Doomsday can do just fine if you're not applying any other external pressure, like taking 1 damage per card is usually totally fine for Doomsday. They do not mind. If they pass the turn here, I'm going to assume they have Bowmasters, and we're going to slow things down a little bit. I don't want to run my Bowmasters into their Bowmasters, because that would also likely obstruct Kaito. Additionally, with the draw of land, I think I'm fine to surveil here. And of the 2 fetch lands here, I think we'll probably keep option to pivot between basic island or basic swamp first. If we really need a basic mountain, we have the Scalding Tarn in hand. Oh, perfect. Just what I wanted. Let me see. This is... Might see a brainstorm here. And then at that point, it might be... Okay, it is, in fact, what I thought it was. They have a Force of Will, but no blue card. Entomb. I wonder if I should just take Thoughtseize. I mean, Bowmasters is by far the most annoying card here. I don't know, it's tough. But yeah, let's keep them guessing, I think. Even though I usually hate taking Thoughtseize. They'll have the mana to cash it out. I want them to play into my hand a little bit. Let me Bowmaster your Bowmaster. And I'm playing Storm, of course. And also it'd be nice if they extended into something like Cling to Dust. That's what we're really hoping for here. Yeah, there's an Atraxa. So I could be pretty stoked if they just like untap, draw Reanimate, fire it. Then they won't have a blue card for Force. That's fine. Gotta make your land drops, you know, and all that jazz. There's even some temptation to Cling to Dust right now. It's actually really tempting. Well, they don't have a blue card for Force. Well, we don't know that for sure, but they also didn't try to Reanimate. We could think of it as like Cling to Dust trading for Force of Will. Not to mention, I should be able to fire another one pretty soon. I mean, Cling to Dust trading for Entomb, excuse me. No argument. That would be a little funny to fight over. Ugh. Killing me over here. Hardcast Kaito would be pretty funny. It's not like I can... Yeah, it's not like I can escape Cling to Dust yet either. If they drew Daze, that would be sad though, so I'll just wait. It's fine. They might even cast Bowmasters here, which would be great for us. Okay, they're activating Polluted Delta for a basic island. And there's those unprovoked Bowmasters we love to see so much. Beautiful. We'll do that now before they untap. Coming up on that Hardcast Force. Oh, they drew more Bowmasters? Ah, that sucks. Damn it. Maybe I'll draw more Bowmasters? So right now their hand is Fatal Push and Force of Will. Force of Will is off. And we draw Ponder. Not good. Cast Kaito. Full plus. They could put 3 damage on it. But then they're free on the crackback, and that would also mean they have to Fatal Push my army token. Which I don't think they'd want to do, but they might. Alright, they're going to combat. I'm perfectly happy to just save the loyalty here. Don't think that 1/1 was doing all that much for me. And they're going to pass. Sure. Oh my god. So upset right now. Swing in. Nothing. Alright. Well, now I feel like I missed a point of damage. Yeah, I feel like I was just going to do that all the time, so maybe that was stupid. If they win at 1 life, I entirely deserve it. Entirely deserve the loss. But hopefully they just start drawing some like reanimation spells. Pay out this Cling. But it would be really funny if they just never draw a reanimation spell. And that preemptive Cling on Atraxa just doesn't do anything. I mean, they're spending a lot of work trying to get this thing off the field. And now a pass back. I'm gonna get the basic mountain out. It's gonna give away some information, but if we drew that, that'd be sad. Ooh, blocker. Kind of. Not really a blocker. Well, plus. Smash for 6. Yeah, missing out on lethal here even. Because they could bet 7 right now, which would be Kaito's power and toughness next turn. Wow. Yeah, that was a huge, huge mistake. But we're a deck with a lot of reach. At that point, since we're at 17, I feel like... I don't know. It wouldn't be ridiculous to just dive with some cantrips, take some punishment from Orcish Bowmasters, and try and get over the line. Wasteland. That's hardcast Force. And yeah, this can't feel good. Hopefully, anyways. I don't know. They might have a plan. Baraglyph, hell yeah. The creature's massive. And who knows really what they have to deal with it. Well, now that this is happening, like, I don't really want to go shields down on Cling. If I draw another land, maybe Baraglyph is fine. But it also just, like, walk into their Force of Will. They're clearly representing. If they have to jump with Orcish Bowmasters, like, my hand kind of gets unlocked. Yeah, they're kind of out of options. Kind of really under the thumb of this massive attacker. Not usually how you win a game against your Scamnator, I will say that. Okay, I like Spell Pierce here. Surgical Extraction if they have Entomb, absolutely. Same with Opposition Agent, since it has Flash. Red Blast seems even worse than it was during the Psychic Frog era, because at least in that scenario you could, like, you know, Red Blast Psychic Frog and all that, but now if it's just trading for, like, Force of Will, I'm not sure I want that. They might have Murktide Region, but they also might not. I don't know. I'll take 1. Nothing's better than a Pyroblast at the job it does, but, like, it's a job that might not be required in this matchup. Kolaghan's Command out. Just not really great against Reanimator, even though this is Reanimator with a fair plan. And Raising Dead Bowmasters is good, but they might even bring in something like Hydroblast, so even that might be not where we want to be. Definitely keep the Daze. They try to operate with little mana, and then when they get to 6 mana, they're pretty eager to, like, hardcast Troll of Khazad-dûm or Metamorphosis Fanatic, and Daze will still be good there. And also if they're at 6 mana, that means they've drawn way too many lands, and we're probably in good shape if we're functioning. We're on the draw, though, so trim of Badlands, and then Lightning Bolt not at the best here. Trim 2 of those, which means I can get another Thoughtseize, I guess. There's also Fatal Push, but I already have one of those. I don't think I want another one. Although Baraglyph is a problem. Just doesn't answer enough of their threats, though. Let's try one Consign. Run it like that. This is tricky. I don't think I'm comfortable without Graveyard Hate. Perfect. It's like the same hand. We don't have Baraglyph, but I think we'll make do with this. Bottom Mountain. And then we'll also have to, like, kind of pivot Baleful Strix around a Bowmasters, of course, but as long as we're getting that ETB trigger not Bowmastered, if they have to, like, cast a Bowmasters to answer a Strix on board, we're usually pretty fine with that. I'm assuming we'll get Thoughtseized here. No, they're going to Brainstorm right off the bat. This was a pretty common line in the pre-banning of Grief days, because they could Brainstorm and hit, like, Grief Black card or something like that and really get the plan going, but it's a lot less common now. Although maybe it's going to come back around since Bowmasters is making a big resurgence, and you want to Brainstorm when people can't Bowmaster for the most ease of mind. At the same time, Brainstorm gets a lot better the more resources you have. Like if they're then forced to Swamp Cycle Troll of Cause of Doom on their upkeep to not draw a bunch of lands or whatever, that's just good for us. Not a bad draw. And we're not going to ponder. Okay. So they wanted one of the cards they put back with Brainstorm, but not both of them. It's a little scary. Now they're going to ponder. So they're sculpting pretty hard. We're hoping they're not sculpting towards like Entomb, Reanimate, Double Force. Because we can beat a reanimation spell and a Force of Will. Or if they're sculpting towards like Bowmaster's Barragoyf, that could be a problem. We have the Strix to check a Barragoyf, but yeah, beyond that, it won't stand up to a Bowmaster's. Alright, this is too many lands. Cast Ponder. Bolt, Brazen Borrower. So, Brazen Borrower would let me like reanimate on Troll resolve, more or less. And then I could get a Bolt for I don't even know what. Let's shuffle. Sad. God damn it. I need a little more help from my deck right now. Wasteland. Barragoyf. This is what I was talking about. No room for error here. Let's go ahead and surveil. We'll get wastelanded. Maybe. Spell Pierce? Nope. Force of Will. Well, if I hit blue card on Strix, or if I hit, I don't know, a blue card on Cling to Dust, if I have to dive a little further, could be something. Oh my god. Stop. Stop with the lands. I'm losing my mind. This is exactly why you trim one in the matchup. It's not working out for me. It usually does. This is not what this is for. Well, Bowmasters is alright, but suffering a Barragoyf trigger is going to be, like, pretty bad. Pretty frickin' bad. Thank goodness they missed, though. Like, even more card advantage on top of that. Be very hard to come back from. Sure. And a land drop. Alright, help me out, deck, please. Brazen Borrower. They're gonna have a lot of life, but it's kind of where we're at, you know? Gotta hope they just, like, cantrip or something like that. Maybe I can bait out another wasteland. We're not gonna need a lot of mana for a minute. They might only be running one Undercity Sewers here. Going straight to combat is smart. What do I want them to play around? I guess I just want them to think I have even more graveyard hate. There's something even kind of attractive about extracting Bowmasters. They might give me a reason to here if they cast a reanimation spell right now. Okay, we did bait out another wasteland. Not bad. Pyroblast. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Just not very good, huh? I guess it'll be good against Force, though. But yeah, we're just not... It's not coming together. I do want to keep my Bowmasters, though, so I'll probably just need to bounce Barragoyf here. It's not good. Island. No Brazen Borrower. Bounce that. Maybe we'll time walk them. You never know. I see no reason for them to not just, like, redeploy, though. Bowmaster is a little too valuable to just chump with. Yeah. You got it. Okay. The situation's pretty dire. And drawing Basic Mountain would be horrible, so let's do that. Brainstorm, save me. Brainstorm did not really save me, but it might. It might. Okay. Go like that. Go like that. And then we'll just try and wall off this Barragoyf while pulling ahead with like Cling to Dust. Should probably still Thoughtseize next turn. Entomb. Resolves. Animate Dead. Surgical. They have a Daze, an Archon, and a Brainstorm in hand. Alright. This is weirdly beatable. I wonder if I even should Thoughtseize next turn. What would I take? Not the Archon. Maybe Brainstorm? They can still hit for 1, which is a problem. Yeah, I don't really find any of those attractive. I feel like they'll probably just daze my Cling to Dust anyways, so let's sit back, stare at each other. Fatal Push. Can't believe I need to force this, but here we are. Brainstorm. I will let that resolve. And really hope they force back. Put one on the army. And just a couple face. Oh, wow. Boo. I wonder if they still have that Daze in hand. I'd be a little surprised, but we'll see. Another land. You gotta be fucking kidding me right now. I just exiled 5 out of my graveyard. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it, but we're pretty overrate. Brainstorm, save me again. Get me a removal spell. Here we go. Now we're frickin' talking. Yeah, I don't think Pyroblast will be any good anymore. I even could just like tap it down with Kaito for now, but I don't know. Is that even better? I think I probably should Thoughtseize. So yeah, I think Pyroblast needs to go. Play that. They did not daze my Cling. That's cool. Not sure what they hit on top of their deck, but we know there's an Archon still in the mix because they haven't shuffled since Brainstorming. So hopefully it's nothing too good. I really hope it's not something good. Douthie Voidwalker. Scary stuff. Got a couple lightning bolts still in the mix somewhere, right? Yeah. I'd like to pull ahead with Kaito, but I mean, if I just need the card advantage, I mean, if I need to tap this thing down and prevent myself from losing, that's also pretty important. Like, I know they're drawing Archon next turn, so that's cool. Can I afford to go to 1, does that mean? I feel like it kind of does. I feel like it kind of feels like I can afford to go to 1. Especially with holding up Cling and all that. I know what they're drawing. I don't know. Let's just do the smart thing. It's important to do the smart thing. Archon and Daze in hand. They're probably due to find a few lands themselves, I'd think. Okay, I would have found the bolt. That's funny. Let's get to going here. We'll top. Losing the bolt's a little sad, though. Ponder, you got it. I'm not out here trying to, like, punish your, Ponders with my Bowmasters. I've got some more important things to do. Okay, they just shuffled. Don't mind that. Time to get Brazen Borrower in here. Now we're really clocking. That's a real clock. 0. Pyroblast. How important is that right now? I wouldn't say it's incredibly important, but we haven't seen any forces. Did they side them out? I feel like no. There's no way. I don't think this deck ever sides out force. I'd be shocked if it did. Okay, they're going to pass back. It's a little dangerous to cast Cling to Dust here. Or escape Cling to Dust, rather. We know about that Daze in hand. There's some Bowmasters. Tameo. Okay. Bowmasters. Maybe Bowmasters again? I don't know. They haven't lost any life, so I could just plus with Kaito. I'm assuming they will chump. No? That is extremely fascinating. Well, I'm going to draw cards. And ponder. And probably not shuffle no matter what. Yeah. Reanimate Baragoyf. I wonder if this is a trick. I can't really think of what they could do, though, with 2 mana. We know they have Daze and an Archon, and then one other card. Just doesn't seem incredibly likely anything will go wrong. And this is a nice excuse to gain 3 life. Okay, that was the last draw. That game started extremely scary when I was drawing nothing but lands, but fortunately it took them a little while to get going, and we were able to exploit that. Not to mention, we really got out from underneath that Baragoyf in the nick of time. Still looking to show off that Daze, though. Welcome back for round number 3. Hand's a little dicey. I'm not going to concede resources, though. Fuck that shit. I wish I could Thoughtseize, but I don't want to get wastelanded out of the game, so instead I'm going to ponder for a land or 2. Yeah. Sure. I don't really trust shuffling anymore. I just don't. So we'll have Lorien Revealed stand in for the land. Polluted Delta often means wasteland these days. I wonder if this is the same matchup as last time. They have a Tameo. I'm gonna go ahead and Thoughtseize. Okay, it's Bug. Quite interesting. I could take away their ability to shuffle. Or I could take Edict and try and ride Baragoyf. Yeah, things do seem a little slow over there. I bet I could also insulate Baragoyf with Orcish Bowmasters. So maybe Ponder's the best pick. It's the most unique effect. Or yeah, I could just take Lorien Revealed and maybe stick them with... Or retain a lot of my information. It doesn't really matter which card I take out of that hand. They're all 1-for-1s. None of that shit matters. So much swearing, excuse me. Mm-hmm. Yep. Every time. Alright, help me out here. Not great. Yeah, I'll just get ahead on board here. They went for Undercity Sewers and not Hedge Maze. Interesting. Really going for that. Oh god. Sure. Now they'll ponder and a shuffle. Okay. Things are weird. They really want to draw their deck. Okay, that's why. So they kept their Hedge Maze in hand. 2 for 2 on those Surveils. I guess I'll bolt Tameo. I don't like it though. Hopefully they force. They don't force. I have a force, but I have no blue card. This is a little ridiculous. Sorry this game is so bad. Leovold. I'm not enjoying this. Give me a new game. Give me a new game. So Red Blast is good. Having Flash in the blue mirror is amazing, so we do want Opposition Agent. Trim 1 land against this slow blue mirror. And then, even though they probably have Beanstalk, we can kind of beat all the things they try to like fight us with, so I'm not as concerned with Force of Will, especially on the play. Can trim a Bolt. Seems fine. I'm not really interested in Spell Pierce until I actually see a Beanstalk as well. Alright. Try this again. Looking for action. Yeah, that certainly qualifies. Good way to grind, too. Okay. Looks like they're either going to try and like Island Cycle or maybe cast Veil Summer or something like that. There's no way I want to shoot Bowmasters. But 2 of them. Kolaghan's Command for later. Seems alright. Yep. I see nothing wrong with clinging right now. Even around a Daze. Ponder's good. Wonder if that came through the mic. No shuffle and a pass. Sitting around a lot of cards over there. That was a perfect draw. Now I can get ahead on board. Maybe start the Bowmaster Mirror. Another Bolt. Low resource gaming over here. Unless I top deck a land next turn. They're going to Island Cycle again. For a Trop, rounding out their colors. Hopefully we can really take advantage of the fact that they're playing Wasteland, though. Yep, here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about. Begun the Bowmaster Mirror has, and we are way up. Still seems somewhat likely that they have Veil of Summer, if I'm being entirely honest. Ponder's good. No Bowmasters here. Not a 1. No shuffle. Swinging out. Cast Bowmasters. Hit your Bowmasters. There's a Veil of Summer. Ping me. That fizzles. Same outcome? Same outcome. Now what? Aw, man. I was really hoping that I could get Kaito online. Nah, it's fine. Thought sees you. Probably take Murktide Regent. Then I could just Bowmaster right now. Probably get a Swamp, honestly. Make sure I can get Kaito in. And don't really need to cash out these bolts, maybe ever, if they hold on to Brainstorm. Because this will lock them into playing Barrogoyf. And I can just Edict that. Then again, I do have 2 bolts. So Badlands is tempting. Then I can't play my Baragorf if they draw a Wasteland. Yeah. Excuse me. Seems fine. Yep. Why don't they want to play the island? Very perplexing. We'll hit for 2. Maybe they have enough land drops and they want to just have something to brainstorm away. They might have drawn that for turn. And yeah, they're binning a Beanstalk. So interesting. Oh, nice draw. So unfortunately, for ninjutsu here, I'll be returning the army token. It's not very value positive, but I don't want to give them a window to brainstorm. I mean, they can brainstorm. They'll just get some punishment for it. Shoot, that is horrible. I'll top and probably shuffle, right? Yeah. Then we can work with all our basics and hopefully take this game over, invalidate Hydroblast for as long as possible. Let's go ahead and grab that off the top of our deck. Another Edict is wonderful. Send for 4. No argument. 2 unknowns over there. Top. Play Baragorf. Hold up Edict Bolt. Great. Yeah, I'll take Spell Pierce. And another Force on the draw. Trim of Thoughtseize, and then another Lightning Bolt. It seems like Lightning Bolt is only really going to line up against Tamiyo. And I've supplanted that with 2 Red Blasts as well, so seems pretty good. And yeah, we definitely want Fatal Push for similar reasons, although it's kind of narrow, isn't it? Like, it's good for Baragorf, but we have a lot of ways to beat Baragorf and check Baragorf, and yeah. Hydroblast also makes me want to trim Kolaghan's Command. We can go Price of Progress. Without Uro, this is like a pretty solid way to just blow the game up at the very end. Yeah. Fuck. Well, at least they're going to mulligan too. Yeah, solid hand. Bottom of the mountain. Bring it on. I don't hate it. There's no way I'm going to need to force too early, so maybe I can cement some advantage here. Uh-oh. Nah, it's fine. Wasteland. That sucks. Right on time. Okay. They do have blue mana. Spell Pierce that. Hunter's good. No shuffle. 3 cards left, but they have a real tough engine. Cast Brainstorm. Edicts are killing me. Okay. Probably just put back the duplicates here. Try and see if I can jockey. But it's not looking good. Interesting. So whatever they want to do did not include a land drop. Yeah. I mean, this is how it works. If I can just, like, push this through with a Force of Will against their 5-card hand, I have to do this because it's not going to work otherwise. They're going to get way too far ahead with their Beanstalk stuff. Let me do this before they draw, of course. That sucks. Pass it back. Narset. Try and snipe this. It works. Cast Kaito. We're in there. Okay, I think they have Fatal Push. They just tap their black and then nothing. We have to dodge Edict somehow. Dodging Edict through a Ponder. It's not usually any more than a 2 of. They just shuffled. Wasting my Volcanic Island makes sense, but it's kind of a relief that they're not working towards even more mana, you know? Not a great draw. That damage went through. Well, start drawing cards. Shoot. Does this mean they don't have Bowmasters? Kind of seems like that's the case. All the same. We'll just keep applying pressure. I'll keep that. Kolaghan's Command might be helpful. Murktide Regent. Cantrippin'. Cantrippin' with Murktide. Can tap that down and maybe get over the line. I'll first try to bounce it, of course. That should be the first thing we try here. Hopefully they don't have Veil Summer again. Jesus Christ. How many of these do they run? Alright, we'll try it again. Do I just need to deal 2 damage? I have so many cards. Nah. We'll wear them down. Dropping Fatal Push. So I got the right read on that. I mean, they kind of volunteered the information, so... Okay, it works. Not bad. They can redeploy next turn. Hope it's too late. Oh god. Probably Bowmasters here. Oh, never mind. Price of Progress. Perfect. That is what we need, but also we don't want to lose to, Wasteland, so we'll do that. They also might have Hydroblast. That's a card they could have. Yep, there's the Edict. How do I get them to tap out? But it's also highly possible that they sided out Hydroblast. Something they could have done. 3 cards left. Does not get any better from here. Getting the nice. Alright, it worked. Hell yeah. Dodging the Hydroblast. Three now. Let's keep on rocking. Alright. Gotta face Manual now. Easy Money Marksman. This is a good hand against Tempo deck, though. But yeah, I'm not stoked about this. I wanted a little more breathing room to test out my Daze. But this is good. If I'm able to Daze Manual, I'm pretty sure he will like have no idea what's going on. And he might actually play weird for the first time in our record, because I don't think I've ever seen this dude make a mistake. Ah, that's not a bad draw. That's not a bad draw. Okay. This is what we're doing. We have some recourse. Wasteland means no, like, Entomb Reanimate, at least for, like, 1 turn. And we can always Brainstorm and dive if we really need to. We will play around Daze, of course. Thought sees me? That's fine. Although, now that they have this information, it's kind of like they're not going to be that thrown by Daze anymore. They'll just be like, oh, you're playing Grixis Control and you have Daze. That's really weird, dude. Taking Brainstorm, preserving the information. That makes perfect sense. I wonder if they will Daze a Strix here. Bowmasters. Okay. There's so much tension between getting Island and Swamp here. Then again, it's like not insane that it resolves for them to just wasteland this Badlands, and then I could maybe protect my blue source that way. No shuffle. I wonder. They probably have Bowmasters of their own, but I might have been able to play something kind of... Okay, great draw. Something kind of weird. They might have done something kind of weird if I cast Bowmaster in response to Brainstorm, but then they just like either do something to beat it on the stack with 6 cards in hand, or they'll just like Bowmaster my Bowmaster, and then they could deal with the 4/4 eventually, I guarantee. So I don't think that would have been something good. Ponder, resolves. I don't think that would have been something good. However, if they, after all this, cantrip again, they don't shuffle. I wonder, does that mean Metamorphosis Fanatic? I hope not. Thoughtseize, perfect draw. But you can't Thoughtseize the top of the deck, is what I always say. They're gonna Force of Will that? That is wild. They must have a combo coming up. Just not good for me, but... They pitched Brainstorm? Yep. Saw this one coming. You gotta go for Atraxa here, right? Yeah. There's a Reanimate. This will put them to 9. I pretty much need to Edict with the trigger on the stack. I don't love it, but it might make future Reanimates a bit of an ask. Oh, I should do this first. So I can bolt Bowmasters in response. Okay, no argument. Alright, let's see the worst Atraxa hit of all time. It's pretty good, but I don't see Animate Dead, which is the one I really wanted to dodge. There's Force, Tainted Indulgence, so they could get Force Blue card if they pick up Brazen Borrower and Force of Will. Then there's some tension between Thoughtseize and Reanimate. Yeah, they could go Force Blue card, Reanimate, Polluted Delta, I guess. But yeah, missing on the enchantment is huge. Bowmaster's confirmed. How do they want to play this? Fascinating. They had the Animate Dead. That sucks. So their hand was just amazing. Got it. Got it. They have the Force, actually. This is pretty locked up. Gotta hate it. Alright, Spell Pierce. I don't even think I want Fatal Push. Well, I don't know. I think Baragoi will actually be a concern. Moderate to high concern. Red Blast. We're in a bit of a trophy race right now, even though they were like way ahead. They're 2 ahead of me, but I'm 3-0. They might be playing for a trophy right now. So I would like to not give it up. I would really like to not give up another trophy to Manuel here, but I don't know. It's all friendly competition. At least it's friendly on my end. In the past, they have completely sided out of their combo, but Reanimate's still a pretty splashy play. And Lightning Bolt seems near useless. I'm keeping that Daze, though. Can't convince me otherwise. Oh yeah, I'm setting up Baraglyph as well. I don't want to give them any good targets. I like a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Basic lands. There's a lot to like about this hand. It's a little light on the graveyard hate, so we'll have to take a look here. Okay, they kept it in this time. Tainted Indulgence is so cool. What do I even take here? Probably just Ponder. Because I can just Red Blast Tainted Indulgence. If I take away their turn 1 play, hopefully just kind of like leave them in the dark here. Tracks in hand can't feel good, but they do have a discard outlet with Indulgence, which might have been a reason to take it and then Red Blast the other one, but I don't know. It's a 2-mana 1-for-1. Yep. Mission accomplished. Pass it back. So if I cast Bowmasters, they'll definitely do that in response. I need to like be really patient here. Oh. It's a good draw. And they didn't cast it on my end step, which is interesting. But also makes sense, like probably don't want to just run into Bowmasters yet. Cling to Dust isn't a great draw. Now I don't think I want to fight Tainted Indulgence anymore. I think I want to Red Blast a possible force on a way to stop my Cling to Dust. Yeah, that's fine. All the while beating Daze. I should probably try and apply some pressure though, so we have Brazen Borrower for that. Put a card on top. What could that mean? Knew about that one. 2 unknowns. One of them highly curated. Douthie Voidwalker. Yee. I don't like that card one bit. That would have been a reason to keep in Bolt. I'm gonna Surveil. Been that. And there's 2 unknowns over there. I could double Bowmaster this. Does not feel great. Maybe that's like a last-ditch effort. In the meantime, I can just like Petty Theft. Spend my mana in some fashion, but Petty Theft doesn't have that many good targets. Like, if you're Petty Thefting an Atraxa or something like that, it's not really where you want to be. Okay, that's a good threat. It's a good way to get my Petty Theft back too, so I keep saying Petty Theft. Sure. Okay. Play that. No Bowmasters. Tameo. We'll swing. Time for Kaito. And now I'd really appreciate like a red source. No. I guess Daze is fine. I don't really want to put a Strix in the void for them. So yeah, I'll go like that. Do I Daze this? I think so. That's gotta be a trip. Yep. Alright. Oh, they're gonna daze this through. Lose the Voidwalker. That gives me a Kaito. I can tap down a Traxa. Unless they also find a way to beat that. Could be a lot worse. You're at 9, just like last time. Flipping the Archon again is interesting. But I could also Red Blast a Traxa if I really need to. I think tapping it down makes the most sense. Plays around counter magic and the like. There's a Thoughtseize. They took, what, a Force of Will as well? They have 2 Brazen Borrowers. They took one of them. Okay. How do we do this? They're at 7. Strix is not bad. Curious about red blasting. I don't think it's good enough. Tap that down. Keep it out of the graveyard. Keep it away from Animate Dead and the like. Put you to 4. Yeah, we'll just try and Bowmaster our way through this, I guess. Delta. Barrogoyf. I'll tap you down too. Hopefully. Play Bowmasters. Resolves. Well, that's interesting. Do they know about the second Bowmasters? They do. So I guess like Force of Will becomes my best draw, right? Thoughtseize? It might also work. Just bust a hole. Find the weak point. I guess not when they have 2 Brazen Borrowers, though. That makes it a little more complicated. And 2 Force of Wills. Okay. Well, they have to crack a fetch lane to do that. If they pay a life, it's over anyways, so... Yeah, I guess I'll just take a Brazen Borrower. Tap that down. Alright. Close one. Barrogoyf confirmed. I don't know. It's always so close. Red Blast did feel a little funny. I don't know if having 2 is correct. I don't think they'll often get a 2-for-1 opportunity to Indulgence. It's not frickin' Expressive Iteration, you know? But also, I don't know if they'll really play Hydroblast against me. I think they might be a little too good for that and realize that I'm certainly setting out cards like Kolaghan's Command. So I don't think they will play Hydroblast against me. And also they've seen the Daze, which is paramount. I want Lightning Bolt. That's what I want. Shit. Should be Tamiyo. Okay. Should be Tamiyo. Alright, can I get a Force of Will or a Surgical? Yes. Double Fatal Push. Hopefully helpful. Sure. Super curious about the take here. They take Surgical. Uh-oh. Are they going for that Entomb Reanimate? Ponder. Don't shuffle no matter what. Can't just let them go off, you know, but if they call my bluff, then fucking whatever. That's how it goes, you know? And there's a reason why this strategy is viable. They can just Thoughtseize, Entomb Reanimate, and back it up with Force. Oh my god. Don't fucking do it, dude. Just don't do it. They went for it. They went for it. The Not Shuffle and the Ponder didn't work one bit. And they hit the dreaded enchantment. I'm not seeing any way through this. Alright. You win again. Welcome to the final round. Pretty crushing loss to Riskaminator. A deck we previously took down earlier in the league, so, you know, can't really feel too bad about it, but we're going to fight for that 4-1. I guess they didn't really have anything to lose by just jamming in the last round, or they just called my bluff. Or maybe they even had Force of Will backup. Who even really knows? The amount of interaction you need to take down that deck is just... You need so much. Okay, we're up against Storm, which is pretty sweet. Usually I'll just take Infernal Tutor. It's the action card. And... But you could also take Duress. I don't have a blue card for this Force. But it's kind of the only thing standing between us and whatever, so... I think it's more likely for me to find a blue card than for them to miss on a payoff with 2 cantrips in hand. So yeah, I don't think taking Infernal Tutor there was any good. Starting with Brainstorm. Makes sense when you have Delta in hand. Brainstorm again. Their hand is probably entirely different now. They could go off right now even. I hope not, but they probably could. Storm is 2. Sure. Yep. Probably want to Surveil more than Bolt Face, even though Bolt Face is totally fine line here. Don't need more of those. Probably only have time to cast 1 this game anyways. Another Bolt is funny. We're just going to try and do as much damage as possible and play a Barragoyf. Pass the turn, probably lose, but you never know. They might need to set up for another turn. I don't really know what they're working with. Yeah, I mean, they're still cantripping. It's a good sign. Uh-oh. Still not showing me a third color is interesting. Showing off a Lion's Eye Diamond there. So I got 2 of those. Maybe a Preordained still in the mix. It's hard to say. Huh. Got a lot of damage, but just not enough. We don't have enough turns to cash it all out. Put them to 10. I feel like they probably don't want to add nauseam from here, right? I don't know. Certainly can't empty the Warrens. We're really hoping to hit Snapcaster Mage. I feel like that's our lifeline off this Baraglyph. Hit Brazen Borrower. Despite being a blue card, I don't know how helpful that's really going to be. Yeah, we're just going to have to hope that ad nauseam is how they're going to generate card advantage, because they don't really have any rituals either. But I mean, they're probably going to be able to generate enough mana with these Lion's Eye Diamonds, you know? They can like throw Infernal Tutor on the stack, get 6 mana, and probably generate enough Storm to win. But we'll see. I'm guessing they have another one because they did cast the one I knew about, but it doesn't really make sense. Yeah. There goes the hand. All for black? Huh. That is interesting. Do they just have to go for ad nauseam here? I thought they'd get red and go like Past in Flames or something. They can't get Beseech the Mirror. They don't have anything to bargain. Yeah, that's an ad nauseam. Alright, well, bolt you and Bowmaster ping you. And you can Naz from 6. Hope it works out for you. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I had a lot of faith. Spell Pierce and Consign are the slam dunks. So are Opposition Agent and Thoughtseize, actually. And then Meltdown is on the fence, I think. Because most Storm players are not going to extend into Meltdown, if any. Sometimes they'll play around Discard and play into Meltdown, but it's not something you want to rely on. But if it's the Urza Saga versions of Storm, like Black Saga Storm, you definitely want Meltdown there. I'll take a couple of Red Blast. They're better than Lightning Bolt. Like in that scenario, it was nice to have the Bolt, obviously, but you don't want them to get to the point where they're like resolving ad nauseum, basically. That's to be avoided, generally. Strix is poor, Shieldred's Edict is poor. That's 60. Surgical Extraction is pretty nice, though. Go like that. Trim the basic mountain, also trim Kaito. We don't need that. We also don't need Baraglyph, so we could bring back... Probably... Oh, we definitely don't need Fatal Push. So yeah, I guess we'll go Kaito, and then... Because it generates card advantage, which is nice. I guess that's good enough, right? Wasn't taking a mulligan. Very nice variety of stuff here. Opposition Agent dodging duress is very much a feature of it being a creature. A creature feature. It's hard to dislike how classic this hand is. 3 lands and 4 spells. Snapcaster Mage is even a 3-drop in this scenario. Red Blast is kind of not great, but I'll just point it at a cantrip or something like that. If I can just trade Red Blast for anything. And they are getting basic islands, so we can probably assume they have more than one cantrip at play here. One top, one bottom. But we're not going to do it at the expense of not thought seizing, you know. Spell Pierce is also nice. That'd be a pretty nice turn next turn. We got plenty of blue mana. Easy take of Thought Seize. And as long as they don't top deck ad nauseum, I think we're in good shape. Force of Will. Looking good. We'll probably need to end up pitching Spell Pierce here. Unless they get into a pretty bad situation. Lion's Eye Diamond. It's time to go. Yep. I mean, yeah, we just forced that. Feel pretty good about that. Yeah, they're just done. They took a shot at it. And I guess we might have been in some trouble, actually, if... Yeah, because they would have gotten ad nauseum, cast it, and then they still had 2 to pay for Spell Pierce if I had not top decked that force. However, maybe they wouldn't have had anything to get off the ground with. They would have had to flip like a lot of Lotus Petals or something. Okay, cool. So wrapping up here, I think the list felt really great. Obviously, 4-1 is an amazing result, and we faced a lot of really scary decks and really scary players too, and held our own. It's just the bluff didn't really work in the final game, but then again, it's also highly possible that Manuel had like a just force backup, just completely rolled up. It's entirely possible. They took the surgical, and then I bluffed, did not shuffle, and then they went land, entomb, reanimate with 2 cards left. It could have been force blue card, it could have been Daze, like, we don't really know, but I think we made a good run at it. I feel like this list is super great, super strong. I love the idea of having 1 Daze, like in the POKEMOKI lists, to get back to the thesis of this video. Having 1, just so your opponents don't know really what to play around, don't know the entire picture. Having 1 is almost like having all 4 in that way, and also like having it in your hand when it doesn't exist. So I do want to explore this further. It's always hard to get the full range of potential out of just one league. It's just 5 matches, you know? So yeah, expect to see another take on this at some point, but for now, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon, check out Pokemoki's content. I'll put a link down in the description, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time.